Yo, what's good, everybody? And welcome to another episode of PV Roundtable Talk, where you could have a seat at our table. Today, we're talking about gender norms and expectations. But first, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. First, it's your boy, Andre Williams, the man of many Dre's. And to my right, it is...
Corey the Playboy.
I'm Peyton Alana.
And I'm Erica Noel.
All right. So, gender norms and expectations. What do y'all thought?
We gonna start it off like that, God. We have a special guest in the building. We have to get into detail. Our viewers are not used to seeing this beautiful face. We gotta get into it.
Well,
we just can't.
Who are you, sir?
We can't give it to them dry like that.
Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Corey. I also go by Corey the Playboy as a stage name per se. I'm actually new to PV. I started at Southern last year, and since I've been here, right. Since I've been here, I think I've kind of did pretty good in making a name for myself. I would say. I've hosted a lot of events. I make music, things of that sort. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So you're supposed to be here if you hosting events and doing all the.
I have. I should have. That's on y'all. I don't know why I didn't get the invite a little sooner.
It's okay.
You know.
It's okay. Better late than never.
Right. I'm glad to be here. Very happy to be here.
But thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now we can get into it. Okay, so what we talking about
So
today?
get into it then.
No, you get it.
Okay, so gender norms, expectations. What y'all think about that real quick? Quick thoughts. Where do you think we're going to take this discussion?
I honestly think, the little men versus women, what our duties are, what y'all duties are,
Two different things.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to get into it because I'm very opinionated when it comes to that. So, yeah.
What you think, bro?
Listen to all the different opinions and the different personalities at this table already before we even get started. Gender norms and gender identity. I'm really interested in getting to know what y'all want to actually dig into about this topic. I won't say that I know too much about things like, knowledge wise, but I do have a lot of opinions on the topic. So I want to, like y'all said, get into it. Let's get started.
Okay, Dre?
I'm going to just say there's a duality to everything. There's not necessarily a cut and direct way to say there's a balance. There always has to be a balance in everything. So, but that's just, my little bit of seasoning at the start.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much. I want to see what y'all want to actually say before I start getting politically correct.
Okay, but we're about to go into commercial to give them a little something so you can get politically correct. Okay. So we'll be right back. So make sure you stay tuned in because I feel like it's going to be a really good show today. I mean, it's been a good show, but today it's going to be something different. So make sure y'all come back.
All right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in with us and staying with us. We are once again talking about gender norms and expectations. So to go ahead and start off, I'm just going to introduce the subject, okay? What are gender norms and roles, okay? So according to PlannedParenthood.org, gender roles in society are basically how we expect to act, speak, dress, groom, conduct ourselves, based off our individuality, our sex. So, my question is to you guys is basically like, what effect do you believe that gender, stereotypes have on people? And what do you see in today's society that makes you guys question what are the gender roles or norms that you see within amongst your friends or just in general?
I would say gender norms definitely add a lot of pressure. I would say to different people, different experiences that people have. I feel like gender norms play a huge part in toxic masculinity. Also, growing up with a single parent, which was my mom, I really didn't experience gender norms like that because she was the one that was doing everything. So, to a certain extent, I do believe that they're needed. But in other aspects, it's like, it's not really a necessity, but I do feel like it should be implemented in certain things, like men opening the doors or men pumping gas for women, things of that sort. But I don't really feel like women should just sit down and, let the law be laid, because I've seen a lot of very strong, independent women. So I don't like that it's a thing of men are more dominant or women are inferior to men, because I've definitely seen, like I said, I've seen women get the job done, plus that more than a man in my life has done. So definitely.
I can definitely agree with that for sure. I just feel like, certain like common examples is that like, girls are not expected to dress down. Like they always expect like women to be, on point, poised, very feminine. And we can't be more relaxed, or we can't, wear baggy t-shirts and baggy jeans and, come dressed a certain way. So I feel like, us women, we also suffer that, the select few that, do, want to have a baggy day or just don't want to come all the way dressed up, makeup, full face, like all the accessories. Like we don't always have to come all the way feminine. We can honestly be able to dress down. But what y'all think? Peyton?
I feel like gender norms, they put you in a box, but in the same way, they kind of like set a standard for like you to go by, So sometimes that could be a bad thing, sometimes that could be a good thing. It's just like depending on how you, want to take it. Like to a certain extent, I love like gender norms, but then when it's time for me to do what I want to do, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like it.
Look, break the rules, take them all away.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be in denial about it, but.
But that's why it's weird, because it's like, it's a little hypocritical, because it's like, oh, you say it's a standard, but then when you want to do what you want to do.
I admit that though. I'm admitting my wrongs.
But
I'm admitting that.
I do want to piggyback off, kind of what both of y'all said, because to give preface. So I grew up in a household, I had my sister, but I had my mom and my dad. But it was weird, like, my dad's not the traditional, like, don't mean to like, throw you under the bus dad. But it's like, it's weird, like, I would never see my dad do anything like handiwork, stuff like that, even like mowing the yard. My mom would do that before he did. Now we just, pay somebody to do it. But it's like weird. I think as a dude, it's kind of like the fact that you okay just sitting there watching my mom do it. It's a little weird. But I don't know. At the same time, like you said, it's like it could put you in a box, because whose gender norms are those? It's a societal thing that we put into place what gender norms technically are. It's not like something that was automatically set in stone and you sit here and be like, this is the law of the land, this is what it's supposed to be. We created it, so.
I mean, I guess depending on, I guess that's a picky subject, because like when you include religion, sometimes you can like abide by like, gender norms according to like, the Bible or like whatever, like I said, whatever your religion is.
I don't really like, I just feel like if you're going to go based on religion, with one thing, you should go based on religion with everything.
I do believe that. Like, I'm just poking the bear. I'm just saying me.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm
I
just saying, like,
right,
I really don't like when people be like, well, the Bible says this, the Bible says this. I mean, even with girls, like y'all wearing pants. In the Bible, women are not supposed to wear garments that men wear. Not saying that that's how it's supposed to be now, or how I think it's supposed to be, but I'm just saying you can't say on one hand or in one sentence, well, the Bible says that you're supposed to take care of me. But then you go out and you drink, or you smoking, or you wearing pants, stuff like that. It's I just don't feel like that should play a part. So I feel like really people should just go based on what they feel is key. I mean, set standards. Like if you, like you said, you feel like sometimes you might break the rules a little bit. I don't really think it's a rule type thing. If you have a standard for yourself where you be like, I don't want to date you unless you're going to be paying for this, and this. I don't think it's right or wrong. It's just the thing of will you put up with that or not, like, or will you be single for the rest of your life? Will you find a man that is willing to, go along with what you want to do? Just same thing with me. Like, if I was in a relationship, or if I was looking for somebody to be in a relationship with me, I have to understand that there's going to be certain things that they look for, and then they have to understand there's going to be certain things that I look for. So I feel like that definitely ties into it. Like it's really based on how you feel like you should be treated. I think that comes in on the part with the bills, like who's paying for what, how you're being treated, how you're gonna dress, things like that. Because I know there are some men that be like, oh, as long as you with me, you're not gonna wear crop tops. or as long as you with me, you're not gonna wear tight jeans, stuff like
so
that.
So I'm hearing that really it's not about gender norms. It's about whoever you're going to be with as long as you're like y'all on the same page, right? Kind of?
I definitely believe this.
And I also just want to throw in there real quick for a little bit of historical context. Like I said, gender norms is always changing. So if you look back at like ancient times, you look back at ancient Egypt, everything was the same. Everything was level. There was technically no gender norms, no gender ideas of this is what a man's supposed to do, this is what a woman's supposed to do. Everybody had stuff together. So, but if you look at it now, especially Egypt now, it's not the same thing. So again, it's ever changing. It always changes on gender norms.
Yeah. Very true.
I can definitely agree on that. I do have another question. Like, do you guys believe that, like, you know, or will you be able to teach like your kids, like, you know, certain gender norms, like you said, like guys opening the doors, like, or opening the doors? Like, do you think that that's something that you would like pass down, like, for certain things are being taught as a gender norm? Like, you know, as a female, like, you're not supposed to be laid back, sitting with your legs open, you know, sit up straight, you know, cross your legs, certain things like that. Like, is that going to continue on to being like taught like throughout, like, you know, upon generations?
Absolutely. The things that I look at that I feel like I would teach my children, or things that not necessarily, oh, a man not supposed to do this, a man not supposed to do this, or a man's supposed to do this. I'm looking at the typical things, like opening the door. Of course, you're going to open the door for, especially if I have a daughter and a son, you're going to open the door for your sister. You're going to open the door for your mom. You're going to open the door for your grandma, whoever. Even with my daughter, like you said, the thing about sitting back, I'm going to teach my daughter how to be a lady. You know, I think those things are separate from the things of like women being submissive. Or a woman supposed to stay at home and clean the house while a man goes out to work. Because I'm going to always teach my kids, like, you need to work. Regardless of female, male, you need to work, because I'm always provide for my kids whenever I'm blessed to have children. But yeah, I just feel like it needs to be a thing. Certain things need to be taught, like pumping gas, open doors, dressing nice, how to carry yourself. I don't really think those go into gender norms. I think that's just how to be a gentleman and how to be a lady.
But this conversation is going so good. So we're going to be right back. So don't go nowhere. Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yes. And we're back, and we're about to get back into it. How y'all feeling? Let me check the temp a little bit.
I'm about to say, we're good right now.
I'm going to say, we ain't
the heat ain't turned up yet.
We ain't turned up yet, but we're about to turn up just a little bit.
Okay.
Because this is my topic. I'm ready
for the turn up. Come on,
So,
with the heat.
The first question, what do you expect from a male or a female while dating them? Because we're getting to gender norms, and that's like the foundation right there. So what do you expect? Like, so who gonna start? Who gonna start it off? Who gonna start it off?
I know you got a lot to say.
I'm about to say, no, you really need to start it, because you're talking about something when it's my turn. I want such and such to happen. So what you want to happen when it's your turn?
Right now, I'm gonna speak for right now, and don't judge me, but right now I need somebody that's going to. My expectations from a male, you need to have more than me. You need to be able to pour into me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, before you look at me, like, wait. I'm a college student. I'm about to be a graduate from KPVU University.
Hello.
So of course I've learned a lot, but being out here in the world, like, why would I want somebody that's either on the same level as me? Like, I'm not trying to figure it out together right now.
So can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
So, or an assumption that I have. So you're not looking for someone who's your same age?
No.
Okay, I just want to clarify that.
That's fine. I mean, I'm still fine saying that, but I'm not even. We're gonna go into it just a little bit because I don't want to talk too much. But okay, now what about you?
I'm not gonna speak on me per se. I would just say.
I mean, but you're the question. You can answer the question, and we can kind of like.
Okay,
go.
okay.
We can kind of like.
I'm gonna just say
I don't want to go
this.
into too much because I want to give everybody like what their their expectation is.
I'm gonna just say this. I think reciprocation is key in all areas.
You're so good person. You see, I am.
But no. What I will say about this, I feel like for a girl, this is the only time that I feel like. Well, I'm not gonna say that I feel like girls should be treated differently, because I always feel like girls should be. It should be an equal thing. But in this particular setting, I feel like if you want that girl, you need to show her that you want her type thing. Like, let's say somebody like you. Well, I really feel like it depends on what kind of person it is. Like, you say you're finna graduate, you got a lot going for yourself. You should have high expectations, because you have high expectations for yourself, obviously, for you to be at the point that you are in your life. So I feel like somebody needs to understand, okay, well, this girl got her own money, this girl got her such and such and such. What can I do? I think you should have the mindset of, what can I do that you can't do for yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I always look for in a relationship is like, teach me something. Like, I really don't feel like it should be a thing of we're on the same level, which is not a terrible thing. But for me, I would look for somebody that's a little more established than me, or that knows a little bit more than me, because let's just say me dating myself, what can I teach me that I haven't already learned? Like, I would want somebody that is financially, like, not saying spend money on me, but more financially set than I am, because person could teach me, hey, look, you need to open a savings account, you need to do this, do this, do this. Somebody that might be more inclined in my field, my career field, that could be able to teach me something. I just don't feel like a relationship should be kissing and hugging and I love you, all that la 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 type stuff. Because at the end of the day, right, at the end of the day, before I met you, I was on a path.
Right.
And I wanted to either be elevated with you, or you got to move out the way. Because regardless, I want to continue going up.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that.
You hit it right on the nose.
Because like I have just people right now, you know how females, we tend to fall into someone. So I have people that I'm witnessing, like, you know, they get into a relationship and you stop working. What?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was, speaking personally, I was in a relationship where we were literally getting to it about me not answering the phone while I was at work. Like, and I'll be like, you're at home.
You need me to want to be at work working. You need me to not want to be on the phone so I can keep my job.
Right. Those are the people you don't need to be with, because their priorities is messed up. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay.
What about you? Come on.
It's really,
I know you about to blow me.
No, it's not that deep.
It's
really not that deep. All it is like, you got to be a positive person, positive energy. I don't like negative energy at this point in my life. I'm not old. I'm 22, but I'm old. I don't have time. My life expectancy as a black man anyway is already decreased. I don't need any more stress.
Okay.
Two, like, honesty. I just feel like there's no need to be lying. Like, that's just a waste of time. I'm a pretty honest person myself.
Those are your expectations. Like, I feel
that's
like
the expectations.
I'm talking about like, this is standard, but that's not really like a role. I feel.
Y'all be dating people who be lying and then be acting like, oh my God,
you lied to me. You lied from the beginning.
So, like, honesty is not something that everybody, just realistically, that's not something that everybody gives. And then also, like y'all said, it's a mental thing. Like, stupid people, I'm sorry. And this again, there's a thing with growing. We all have room to grow. But you know, there's just some people who's just like apparently slow. And it's just like, you just feel like there's no hope for them, because as much as you try to pour into them and do better for them, they don't want to grow either. It's just like, I can't.
Oh, I thought he meant like education-wise, because I'm about to say, misspelling stuff is a big turn off for me.
But I can say,
I'm sorry, like,
I can say that I can definitely agree on that, but I feel like, you know, same thing with just kind of like, you have to be either above or just at the same. I feel like that's okay to be at the same level, because we can grow together if you have the same mindset.
That's what I'm about to say. If you're at the same level as me, but you're trying to get better, we can learn together.
We can learn together and build this relationship up. You know what I'm saying? And actually be like, you know, a good power couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, we came from the ground up.
I feel like it's kind of hard to find that in at least my generation. Like,
I feel like it's still people out there.
But that's why I asked you when you said what you said. And partially kind of what you said, y'all not looking for people who's y'all age right now, or who's doing the same thing. Because when you add that fiscal aspect, we're young, 22, 23, 21. I'm sorry, I don't have my life together.
Right.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying have your life together. I'm just saying, I didn't say have it together financially. I didn't say that. I'm saying like, I was just using that I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Like, just saying if you are more set financially than me, if you are more set in your career than me, that was just an example. I like to spend money. I'm always broke because I'm always spending money. So I'm just saying like, that's not really something that I'm saying. You don't have to be on the track to be the president of the United States. When you come to me, I'm just saying like, at least want more for yourself, and not even just want more for yourself, be like on the track to have more for yourself. If you're living in the phases, but you still getting up for class every day, you still got all A's, you working, well not even working, but you on the right track in school, that's not gonna say it's not enough for me, but like just saying like I can see that you are trying to do better.
Yeah.
And I can't No, I'm just saying like instead of just because people be like,
so you say y'all can be friends.
No, I'm just saying like
if they on the right pathway.
Yeah, because some people be like, oh, if you live on campus, baby, you kind of.
Oh wow, people really say that.
I've heard girls be like, he live in the phases. That's the ghetto. Like
on campus is
more
expensive than off.
And because somebody could be living in the square and have 20,000 in their account. You thinking smarter, not harder. Like let's say I get a $20,000 check right now, and I go put that on a car. I get just spend the whole thing on the car.
Right.
I'm gonna sleep in my car.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't put that money nowhere else.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you, it's just, intelligence is a huge turn on for me. So it's just like, whether you are just at the top or whatever, as long as I can see potential in you that you're gonna go further, then yeah, because I know sometimes I can get off track. I want to be able to help you get back on track, and I want you to be able to help me get on track.
So I feel like we can all agree that it's a mindset thing, right? Like it's definitely a mindset. But a part of that mindset, it's a part of our foundation, right? Like, how we grew up. So my next question is, gender norms in the Black community. Like what's been instilled, in us, and that's whether positive, negative. Let's just say it. Like we all know we all Black. We go to HBCU.
We do.
So yeah.
Well, I wasn't really taught things like, I remember one time me and my mom was out, and I had called somebody ma'am. She was like, you don't say ma'am to me. I said, you didn't teach me how to say yes ma'am, no ma'am. I've just been out in the world, and I've seen other people communicate like that with adults, so I learned stuff like that.
And we in the South, that's a great example.
Right, so the only thing that I could say my mom really taught me that will go into gender norms, because she's taught me a lot, but specifically gender norms is hygiene, definitely. I would say money management, even though I'm terrible at it, but she still had taught me things like that. My mom would literally stand next to the door like this until I open the door. Like, she's taught me stuff like that. Like, I keep going back to open the doors and put me gas, because that's the main thing that she's pushed a man should be doing for a woman. So things like that I've been taught. I really didn't even have, honestly, I didn't even have chores growing up. So really a lot. Yeah, like my mom didn't, she used the dishwasher for dishes, cutting the lawn, she paid people to do that.
I feel that too. I can't even do dishes now. Like, I do it myself, but I get itchy.
Yeah, no.
It gotta be a guy, it has to be.
The only thing that my mom made me do.
My mama, that house has to be spick and span. I'm talking about vacuum cleaner lines, no dishes.
Must be nice.
Well, my mom would be like, she'd be like, I know I'm junky, but we not dirty. She was like, I might have clothes in my room, but you don't see me food in the floor. I like stuff like that. She really just taught me cleanliness. I kind of learned how to be a man through my experiences in life, like going to school and having male teachers that showed me different things. My dad wasn't completely absent, but we didn't have the best relationship. So it was like, I learned a lot through my uncle. My uncle definitely taught me a lot. And even then, my uncle was still doing things that, the typical man shouldn't do. So I really think I just developed my own aspects of how a man is supposed to be and what really makes a true man. And I honestly feel like I don't really know that to a certain extent, like 100%. I don't really feel like we'll honestly know 100% what it is to be a real man, what it is to be a real woman, because there's so many different ways to go about it. So I feel like you just pick from here, pick from here, pick from here, pick from here, and you come together and make what you have your own mindset with.
For sure.
I want to piggyback off of that too, because like a lot of stuff that y'all saying, like the opening, that's a lot of Southern hospitality stuff. Cause me, like my family, like my mom's from Barbados, my dad's from New York. A lot of that yes ma'am, no ma'am stuff I didn't grow up doing. Opening the door, I had to go to school and be shamed by the people in school to doing stuff like that. Yeah. But like a downside of it is like, again, like I say, doing dishes and stuff like that. As a black boy growing up, I didn't necessarily have to do that. But now wishing like I did, like I make struggle meals. Ready to go, and I wish my mom had me in that kitchen at an early age.
It pays out. It pays out.
So,
You better get that mixing
But-
bowl.
I definitely get my cooking skills.
Now look, y'all on YouTube.
yeah, now I'm learning.
But we're
Shout
gonna
out to
get
Instagram.
back into the conversation. This is so good, guys. I love that y'all are here. So please come back and get into more with us.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank you. All right, and welcome back. So real quick, I'm gonna ask the table this: why do you think that we buy into gender norms? Like, do you think it's a detriment to us, especially in the black community?
I know why I buy into gender norms. I buy into it because it's what I've seen. You know, I've seen the good side, I've seen the bad side. I've had a single mother to, you know, thug it out, do it all on her own, be mom and dad, and then I've seen my grandparents who were together for 60 years. So I've seen both sides of, like, you know, the conforming to gender norms and then being a independent black woman, as, you know, they like to compare it to. But I don't want to be no independent black woman.
I don't think that I would say like we buy into gender norms. I just think that like now like we just have to like accept them in a sense. Like you said, there's no bylaws of like what's supposed to be written and what are we supposed to be doing individually. But I feel like, you know, we have accepted them and then incorporate them into our cultures. And then I feel like now, like, you know, growing up with whatever your background history is, like, you know, growing up with a single mom or, you know, whether you have both parents in the house and the man that's still, you know, not doing what he's supposed to be doing and the woman's still doing whatever. So I feel like it doesn't really matter, but I feel like now it's just more accepting. Like, you know, like, okay, I've seen everybody do it, like going to school. I've seen, you know, other kids do it. So it's like, okay, I guess I should, you know, go ahead and try to do it too. Like,
I asked that question really just to give a little quick context, because like gender norms, like we've been saying this through the whole time, it's something ever changing.
Yeah.
Like but we rely on it so heavy, even like on a surface level. Like for like an example, when you think about boys, you gotta wear blue, girls you gotta wear pink. Originally it was the reverse. Guys was wearing pink, well boys was, the color was pink and girls was blue. It didn't change until the 1940s, so manufacturers came in there and say, this is what it's gonna be, and it was for a marketing prospect. Even when you come in there like wearing heels.
Right.
Heels was an aristocratic thing. It was like a hierarchy. Men wore that, women didn't. And even if you want to think about it, like y'all love to talk about red bottoms, that was invented by King Louis. He wore red bottoms, that was a sign, and he made his court of men wear that as a sign of, like, you know, this is status and loyalty to him. Even if you want to talk about dresses, in this country specifically, boys was wearing dresses up to the age of 6 and 7. It wasn't a male-female thing and stuff like that. Even makeup, wigs, hair.
Yeah.
It's something that's always changing, and I feel like if you rely on that so heavy, I just don't understand to buy into it too heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's that. Like I said, that goes back to when I said something about toxic masculinity. I want to give like Young Thug for an example. Like,
Great example.
a lot of people, well, him and Lil Uzi, I would say.
Right, I would
Yeah,
say
because
Lil
I'm about to
Uzi.
say, I really like Lil Uzi.
Playboy Cardi too.
Okay,
Yeah, like,
this can go
I
on.
can't really defend the makeup aspect of it, because that's...
Clown gang.
But that's kind of piggybacking off of what you said, like, just, you know, studying over time, men were wearing makeup for, you know, acting and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, they were the first
And that
ones
was
to,
seen as
you know.
masculine.
I mean,
That was
even like, because I
masculine
used to,
aspect.
well,
But my man, he still can't wear no makeup.
yeah, my
Or no
career,
makeup, no polish.
my
Or wear no
career...
skirt. No.
Yeah,
And my son can't do it either.
Well,
that's just me. That's
I
just
think it's the
me.
thing of like,
It's just me.
I don't know. I really feel like it's the person, whoever the person is, because like we
Like
got it right
Cardi.
here on the,
Yeah,
on the
we got
screen. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing wrong
Dennis
with.
Rodman.
See,
Dennis Rodman was a big one.
Okay, that's
President Frederick
Frederick,
Roosevelt.
yep.
That was him as a baby, and that was again to prove, for example, that like boys wore dresses up until the age of 6 or 7, and that's when they got their haircuts and stuff like that. But he looked like a little girl right there.
He did.
But it wasn't a.
Oh, there you go right
So
there.
there you
Look
go.
at that point. Look at that toe.
Come on now.
Them heels,
Okay.
those
You
them
see
red
the-
stacks. But as y'all see, it's an evolution. It never stays the same.
Right.
So for me, even though I feel like certain things, yeah, if you want to talk about how you interact with the world, certain things you should treat a man, but if it's, or say a man and a woman should do this. But on the basic level, I'm not going to make the biggest deal about certain, even though me personally, am I going to be walking around in dresses, nail polish, this, that, and the third? No. But if that's what you want to do, that's your business. And I'm not going to judge you off of it because that's how you want to live. Like,
Ooh,
yeah, that's why I say I think
this.
it depends on
We
the
got
person.
Coiler
Because
Right. You
Russell.
see she in a whole jumpsuit.
On the red
But
carpet.
that's-
On the
that-
red carpet, you know what I'm saying?
People talked
Baggy
about her for that.
clothes.
People talked about
They
her
really
for
did.
that.
Like,
On
why,
the
they
red
talking about why
carpet,
would you come
see,
to? Yeah.
you know,
I
you
think
see
it goes into
skin, you
I
see-
think it goes into how open-minded you are with fashion because like
Yeah, that too.
that was a fly outfit to me.
But
She
to
still
us-
got
but
makeup
to
and
us
lashes
though,
and
but
stuff
like as
on.
a
Like,
society, you know, people were talking about her. Like,
yeah,
you
people
know,
are talking
like,
about
you
her,
know,
but you, like I say, how open-minded you are. Like,
I love
if you, oh,
I think
you're not
it's your
so
that's
worried
real
about- you're not so-
confidence at the end of the day as well.
I
like,
think it's your environment, and I especially feel like in the black community, we're forced to tone down our expression. Because if you look at these other races and what they do, they be out of there.
Okay.
They be doing, they're
love
free to express themselves and not
Yeah, ain't
necessarily
that Young
be
Thug
judged.
on?
Yeah.
That's what Young Thug right there. I personally feel like black people, especially black men, they don't feel the freedom to express themselves like how they want to unless they financially at a certain spot.
Right.
You realize that all these rich people, the rappers and
Have
that
money.
they're the ones who's able to express themselves in that type of fluidity and
Well,
outside
me and
of
my dad used to get into it all the time. He used to be like, I'm not buying you them skinny jeans. And I'd be like, well, don't buy my mama. I'm going to buy whatever pants I feel like is going to
But-
fit me type thing.
I love that. And I love that you came to visit us today.
Right,
Please come
right.
back. This is not your
Oh,
last
no.
time here.
It's not.
And just thank you guys. We got into
This
some
is good stuff, yeah.
Right.
But this is Roundtable Talk, and I'm Peyton Alana.
Erica Noel.
your boy Dre.
And I'm Corey the Playboy.
All right.
And this is Roundtable Talk. Thank you for coming, and make sure you tune in next Wednesday, okay?
6:30.
All right.
All right.
Bye.